Hi everyone and welcome to another Doctor Who figure review by me, Mega Shots, and today I'll be reviewing a fantastic Dalek Drone figure which has been released as part of the second batch of Series 5 Wave 1 figures. I got this figure from my local Toys R Us store on Saturday for £7.99. It was the only one they had left, so I was really happy that I got it before they ran out of stock completely. Now, something I'd just like to make clear before I start talking about the figure itself and its packaging is the fact that this figure is definitely not the Dalek Scientist. I've had a lot of people saying to me that this figure is the Dalek Scientist, but it isn't, because the Dalek Scientist is going to be released later in the month as a San Diego Comic Con exclusive figure alongside a 11th Doctor figure without a tweed jacket. A lot of people are thinking it's the Dalek Scientist because of the colour on the body. The colour on the body of this figure is actually red and not orange. I know that it does look orange to some people, but it is definitely red. If you get the figure and put it in bright light, it might look a bit orange, but it looks nowhere near as orange as the Dalek Scientist figure. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the figure's fantastic brand new packaging. Okay, so here we have the front of the packaging. It says new figure in the top right corner, as usual with the Series 5 figures. Also says highly detailed posable figure in the top left corner. And the card shows the new Doctor Who logo, and it says Dalek Drone at the bottom. On the side, we can see another new Doctor Who logo, and it says Dalek Drone on the side. I really like the fact that it also says the name of the figure on the side, because it makes looking through the shelves for a certain figure in the shops a bit easier. And if we take a look at the back, we can see that it is actually different to the cards of the figures from the first batch of Series 5 Wave 1 figures, because the figures from this batch of Series 5 figures now have the Dalek Drone and regenerated Weeping Angel on the back of the card. And as usual, there's also some company information at the bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to review the actual figure. One thing I really like about this figure is the eye stalk. The sculpt of it looks exactly how it should be, in my opinion, and I really like the eye on the end of it. It has been very nicely sculpted and painted. The lights on top of the head are made of a clear plastic with lines going down the middle. They are a different shape to the other new series Dalek figures. The neck is also the right shape and the right colour. If we take a look at the exterminator gun and the sucker arm, we can see that they are both exactly the same size. Well, actually, they're not both exactly the same size, but they are both near enough the same size. As you can see, the exterminator gun is much longer than the exterminator guns of the Daleks from the Russell T Davies era of Doctor Who, but I think the sucker arm still remains the same size. They are both exactly the same colour though. The body has been painted a red colour. A lot of people think that the colour on the body is actually orange, but it is definitely red. In bright light it might look a bit orange, but I can assure you that it is definitely red. If we take a look at the lower part of the body, we can see all the silver spheres that the new Daleks have. I think they are actually a bit bigger than the spheres that were on the previous new series Dalek figures. The base is also a lot bigger at the bottom as well, and it is a completely different shape. We can also see this interesting and unusual new objects that the new Daleks feature. I have no idea why it is, but it has been very nicely made on the figure. Now, the articulation is exactly the same as all other new series Dalek figures. The head can turn 360 degrees, the eye stalk can move up and down and also twist. The exterminator gun can move around, and the sucker arm can also do the same. Once again, there are wheels at the bottom, so you can make it go backwards and forwards and spin around. And overall, I think this figure is absolutely fantastic. It's been painted with the right colours, it has brilliant detail, especially on the eye stalk, the standard Dalek figure articulation, which doesn't need to be changed in my opinion, and it is an absolutely brilliant addition to my collection. I'm really happy that I got it when I did, because I think this figure is going to sell out from the shops very, very quickly. And I think that if you're in a local toy shop and you see this figure and you have enough money for it, I think you should definitely buy it, because it is an absolutely brilliant figure, as I've said before. And out of 10, I give it a very, very, very well-earned 10 out of 10. It is just an absolutely brilliant figure. This has been my review for the Dalek Drone figure, which is from the second batch of Series 5 Wave 1 figures. Hope you've all enjoyed this review of a brilliant Dalek figure. And my next review will probably be the 7th Doctor and Electronic TARDIS.